Hey, y'all. I'm Bia.
I am Harry, and we're chosen kin.
We're back. We're back. We're back.
Yes, we are back.
Yes, we are. How are you, Harry? How's life? How are things? What's tea?
Life is lifing, to be honest. I am a little stressed with all the things that I have got going on, all the things that I'm doing. But I'm here, I'm queer, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm just chilling for the most part. I am realizing the the single epidemic is affecting me really deeply. And so I am, been reflecting on that, how I need to shift and change things. I feel like that's a little bit of of
Say
nothing that I'm
more.
saying. No, I just feel
Say
like,
more. Exactly. Single
I
epidemic.
yeah, but I feel like, okay, maybe not the single epidemic, but I feel like I really need to take my dating more seriously. As I think we talk about this all the time. But now I'm being very serious about that. So yeah. But that's it for the most part. How are you? You look really good this you look really good today.
Thanks. Skincare popping. I have my ring light today. So, things are looking up. Harry, you're funny talking about my love life. We should do a love show, like a reality show, like For the Love of Harry. That would be so cute.
Oh, for the love of Harry. I'm down for that. I can be down for that actually.
But I also feel like those shows, like historically, never have winners. Like they don't actually stay together. So it's like
Yeah.
that feels like a curse in itself. But we could try. You
We can
know?
we can try. I feel like this summer is coming. I know people like to be put up in the winter. That's people's thing. I'm in the space where I just want to be put up all year round. I want to have someone who I'm gonna enjoy the summer with. You know what I'm saying? I want to enjoy the
Wow.
summer with someone, and so yeah.
Wow. Never heard that before. You've heard it here first, chosen kin. Harry wants to be booed up for the summer. Cause child, that's news to me. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're doing well. I was saying I'm glad you're doing okay, but you kind of was like, life is life and it's been a one of one week. But
It
I
really
definitely feel
has.
that. It's felt like a one of one week this week as well. Truth is I'm tired. I'm tired. The news is dragging me by my edges. The economy is dragging me by my edges.
The
And I'm just trying to stay afloat.
economy.
The economy, honestly, I'm close to creating some like weird side hustles. I'm about to bake cookies. I'm about to make, them little spicy bowls that people make in their Eco Styler gel tubs. I might be
Yes,
able to make
yes,
that.
yes. I was on Twitter and I saw someone share a receipt from I don't know, I think it was the early 2000s or 2010 or something from Walmart. Did you see it? And they had like a long list of things that they bought. Everything was like 110. And I was like, what? No way you would shop like that today. It would be easily 500. 500 easily. And I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
damn. Damn.
110 used to be my sweet spot at the most because I'm a single living person. So it's like at the most 110. It was like, ooh, child, groceries high this month. That's what it used to be for me. And now it's 110 for what? A carton of strawberries, some frozen dumplings, and some oat milk and yogurt. Like that's 110 right there. And I'm sick. I'm sick of it. Gas is too high. I remember my grandpa used to be complaining about 99-cent gas. He used to be like, this gas is too fucking high. Like all the time. And I would be like, okay, it's too high now. In Atlanta, you're lucky to get under like 350. 350 is like a gold mine. Right now it's
Yeah,
like 9 something. Most of the time it's 4 something. Is in the 420s, but I heard that's cheap compared to all of my little homies in like
California.
Chicago and Virginia,
I hear it's
California.
like $7 over there or something. I'm
What's
just
the
like,
gas?
damn.
What's the gas where you're at
You
in
know,
Minneapolis?
I don't drive. I'm a
But you still got eyes, right? Right.
I don't drive, so I wouldn't
So
know.
you don't
But
look. You be like,
you
not my
know,
problem.
I could Google. I ask Google what the prices are. You know, but I don't know.
Who Chile? I'm screaming. I'm
It's the time.
it is a time. And oh, speaking of the economy, it's summer. It feel like summer. It's getting hotter and hotter. It was like a little cold freeze, I feel like, across the south for a little while. And I don't know what's like up there in Minneapolis. Y'all have
Yeah.
winter till June 1st. I don't be knowing.
No, it got warm for a bit. We were in shorts. The girls were at the patios, and then we had like a couple of days where it was chilly. But now I think now we found a good rhythm for our weather, and so I think we're fine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. That don't sound warm, but okay. I hear you.
It does get warm. Like I would say Minneapolis. If you live in Minneapolis, you're gonna go through all the seasons. You're gonna have winter. You're
Mhm.
gonna have summer. You're gonna have fall. You're gonna have spring. Like, you're gonna go through everything, because we are a climate haven. And so that's just who we are. Don't slip on Minneapolis, people.
No, yeah, I'm not gonna sleep on Minneapolis. I love the Midwest, specifically Detroit. Shout out to Detroit. I have not been to Minneapolis. It's on the list. I know we got to link
Yeah.
up, so
Yes.
it has
Yeah.
to happen. You always be in Atlanta, so I never
Yeah.
have opportunity to
I
go to
can't
you.
wait. I can't wait to come to Atlanta. Oh my God. I've only
But
been
talking
once
about you
this
want a
year.
husband,
I've only been here once this year, and that is not normal for me. Normally, I'm in Atlanta at least 5 times a year, or even six.
literally.
But now I've only been there one time, Bia. That is crazy. That is crazy
I
to me.
I think it's for your benefit. You talking about how you want a husband, you want to be in a relationship. I don't think
Yeah.
you need to be in Atlanta in that case. When I tell
Why?
y'all, cause Harry, when you in Atlanta, I barely see you. I have to catch you between your breakfast, lunch, and dinners. Like, it's a lot.
No. But also, you
Unless
remember,
I'm,
I had an ex that lived in Atlanta. Remember?
I do.
Yeah. So,
I do remember, but it's like at the same time, you be having your way down here. When you're down here, I'm definitely cosplaying as Nigerian for sure. I'll be at the Nigerian gay spots with you. I remember I went to one party with you during Pride
right?
weekend. When I tell a
Yeah.
sea of men, I'm the only femme person. So I'm like, they might have thought I was trans femme. I don't know. But a sea of men and they're me mugging me. Like, bitch, what you doing here? I'm like, y'all got so many options. I'm one of one. Why are you mad? These my peoples. Like, girl, what? Y'all real mean. It's either they're really mean or they're super hospitable to me. They're like, "What do you need, queen? What's going on? You need a drink? Oh, come on. You in the back of the line? You hungry, queen? Get a plate." Like that. But or they may mug me like, "Bitch, get out of
I think
here."
I think that's a cis gay thing. I feel like
Absolutely.
don't like cis gay men do not like femmes in your spaces. And we got to change that. I think that we have to intentionally be more inclusive in some of our spaces. Now, I know there are times when people like specific spaces for specific things or specific energies, right? Um, but I think that in general, if it's just a party, like we're just here to dance and drink and go
Yeah,
home.
that's
And
very true.
so, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like
Yeah,
cis gays are very, very protective of their spaces. Um, and
but
I
I'm
think,
gay too.
I think I would say the same thing also with like cis gay, women, for example, who,
Yes.
if I show up at the lesbian bar, it's like, you
Hmm.
know?
Hmm.
But yeah,
But
I
we're
get
all
it.
gay, y'all. I
Yeah.
promise. We're all gay. And that'd be
Yeah.
the thing. I'd be like, you don't see me? I'm kin. I'm your kin.
Yeah. I feel like even like with culture of color, I'm trying to like do events here in the Twin Cities. I think that my goal that I try for the most part is so that I am trying really hard to make it inclusive, trying really hard that okay, everybody can show up to these parties or to these gatherings. That you don't have to be a cis gay man. Everybody in the LGBT umbrella, can come and thrive and have a good time. And so I think that we need more spaces like that for sure. Kind of like what alt ATL is, right?
Yeah, shout out to all ATL. Shout out to Friend Zone. Shout out to who else? Who else? Who else? Blame it on my head, not my heart, homies. Yeah, the lesbians at party.
Yeah. Yeah. But like I said, the only reason why, like when I'm in Atlanta, that you might come across like I am not, present or I'm like away is because of like, to be honest, like in Atlanta, I am experiencing something that I never really experience quite often when I am in Minneapolis, right? There's a lot of black queer folks that I'm enjoying and having a great time with and I'm partying with. I'm just like, I want to be in the spaces. I want to be at the spots. I want to meet the people. And so it's like I'm doing that. I feel like when I'm there for like an extended period of time, like when I was there in 2024, when we started hanging out, I was there for longer periods and so I could spread my time around the streets. Now I always have like small windows. Unless I move to Atlanta, which I think that I don't know. I wouldn't
Why you
mind
got small windows, Harry? Because you got appointments.
because I got. Now I have like I have a different job. I gotta come in like on Friday. I live on Sunday. Or leave on Monday morning. So the dynamics are just very different now. I think that's
Yeah,
the thing. Yeah,
absolutely. You sounded
yeah.
like Ariel a little earlier. You're like, I want to be where the people are,
I wanna
and I'm like,
be.
yeah,
You know that. You know that meme. I wanna be where the
yes.
new guys. Where are the new
Where,
guys?
where the niggas at? Yeah, no,
the
for
African,
real.
the African auntie. But
I
yeah.
honestly, yes. I personally, I'm trying to be kind of kept a little bit. I like it where I'm at, so I'm not mad. I don't need to, I'm not really looking for the niggas like, but if they want to come my way, come my way. Come my way. Fill out that application. Let's see them
Right.
credentials. I need some references too, babe. Um, so okay. I feel like we checked in really cute. It was a really cute check-in. We can yap and check in for
Yes, we
but
can.
since we're talking about summer, you know, I am definitely taking one trip this summer, and it's probably gonna be my last because I'm tired. My little card is tired. She's been swiped left, right, and the third.
But also, you've been to Berlin, you've been to all the places, so
All
you've
the
been
places
you've been
crazy.
around the world. Yeah. So yeah, maybe your
Can I
card needs
find
to
my baby?
see. Maybe your card needs to rest.
My card does need to rest. She be telling
Yeah.
me. But speaking of traveling, summertime, it's like the height of when folks want to be outside, be on a beach, and I get it. I need the beach to cleanse me. That's really if I don't have nothing once a year, I need a beach. So I
Hmm.
understand. But these flight costs, I know you saw it. Even just you going to, I was about to say
Cleveland.
Columbus. You going to Columbus? I know it was high. No, you went to Cleveland. Essentially, like the high flight costs, it should not cost like if you're going to hub, why is the flight $600 2 weeks before the flight? Craziness, craziness,
Makes no sense to
craziness.
me. Yes, yes.
It
Delta
makes no sense.
Delta flights from Minneapolis to I love Delta, by the way. Shout out to
Me too. I'm a
Delta.
Delta
I
girl, and
love
they're
Delta.
literally
I love Delta.
they're
This is no hate to Delta. I love Delta. But
no hate to Delta, hate to them. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
flights from Minneapolis to Atlanta are pricey. And I'm like, God, this is hub to hub. Minneapolis is a Delta hub. Atlanta is a Delta hub. It should not be pricey. I know the flight is cheaper from Minneapolis to LA or Minneapolis to New York than it is from Minneapolis to Atlanta. It don't make no sense to me. Not at all. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't make the rules, but yeah.
They wanna keep your gay ass out. They said you be flying here often. We already got a little. They surveilling you. They said this search come up a little too often
You
for you,
know, you
so we
know.
gonna tax. Clearly, you like this place. No, it makes sense. And it's just kind of crazy. And then with the end of Spirit, like,
Yeah,
first, like, heart goes out to all the Spirit employees who literally found out the day of that the company was closing,
yeah,
literally lived on assignment in different areas. Like, my
yeah.
heart goes out to all of them, especially the ones that it's like you wouldn't be in Wyoming if it wasn't for Spirit. But you from Baltimore. So now you
Mm-hmm.
got to figure out how to get from Wyoming to Baltimore, and you really suffered under the racial tensions of Wyoming. And I'm just giving an example. I don't know if there's I actually don't know this. I'm just throwing this out there. But
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy. And then people are someone like the discourse around like, well, just get another job. You saw that makeup artist
James Charles.
James
Oh my
Charles.
God. Oh my God. That was so irritating to watch. That was
It
so,
was
but
cringe.
but his commentary is always weird for the most part, and so I don't really give a fuck about the things that he says half the time. But like, how do you make it seem like people and I get it, when you're popular, you're a celebrity, everybody's in your DMs, everybody's trying to like get one from you, everybody is trying, right? I get it, but at the same time, you didn't have to say anything though. You could have just kept it pushing,
You
you know?
you didn't have to say anything. And for the listeners, James Charles, a makeup artist with a BBL, because let's talk about that epidemic too. This is total side. I be feeling like I hop everywhere, but I don't know what's up with these white makeup artists or makeup gurus that are getting BBLs, like Ariel, that's Kylie Jenner's. Like, I know too much of white people's business, but but her makeup artist got a BBL. James Charles got a BBL. James Charles received a little GoFundMe message from one of his followers and was like, "Hey, I just got laid off by Spirit. Like, could you help contribute?" James Charles went online thinking that people was gonna be on his side, and literally was like, "No, bitch, get up and work." Essentially sound like Kim Kardashian. No one wants to work anymore. Get another job. Why you ask me for money? And everyone was like, I don't know why you thought people were gonna cape for this, but he got dragged, and it's rough. Like, I feel like celebrities in particular, if you should be used to people asking for money in your DMs. You should. And guess what? That's what the requests are for. Turn the messages off, figure it out. And also just realize how out of touch you are. If someone's asking you for money, maybe think about why. Because you're rich as fuck. Because you are.
Are you gonna eat him first? Because I don't want to keep you up your
No.
life.
I can't eat that silicone. I really can't. That's too much for me. I actually wouldn't eat him first. Who would I eat first?
I feel like I don't want to know. I feel like you're gonna cancel us if you say.
If I say it, I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna come back to it because I actually don't. I feel like I need a good appetizer. I can't
Okay.
just eat anybody because Beyonce is last, so I need to save room for Queen B. I gotta save room for her. But
I I I'm screaming. I am screaming. Okay.
I'm telling the truth. A little
Okay.
hot sauce, a little chimichurri. Oh, I could chow down. I could chow down. But this end of days, y'all. We not gonna have protein then, so I need y'all to rationalize that. I'm not crazy, but when we get to the end of days and there's a lot less protein, livestock has died off, all the things, we need to be thinking about who we're eating. Like, we do, and who we
I'm
robbing before we eat.
I'm gonna be vegan. I'm sorry.
Child, I ain't never see you be vegan in my life. We'll
I'm
see,
gonna I'm gonna be
but
Pinky Cole.
we'll get to her. We are getting to her. Okay, so I got to keep us in order. And I'm not. I can't. I'm only an air sign. I'm only an air sign. Dear God. Um. So James Charles said that, but again, end of Spirit, and then something beautiful came from the people, because the people always create something beautiful
Yeah.
in the midst of greedy corporations, old frail looking billionaires, and aged out politicians.
Wow.
The people will always the people will always rise. So they have been crowdsourcing for a people funded airline, and it's called Spirit 2.0. I think they're probably going to change the name, of course, but they are really doing the damn thing. I heard about it before prepping for the show, but when I looked to see how much it actually raised, I was like, I might need to get a piece of that pie for the People's Airline. They raised $337 million already. You're looking like, over 300,000 pledges, and their goal is 1.5 billion. So
Damn.
first of all, exactly their goal, but I think they're gonna meet their goal. You already got 337 billion, babes. That airline is going up. It's
Yeah.
coming. It's
Yeah.
coming. So that, and also their minimum pledge is $45. So you really can and they specifically $45 because they said that's the average price of a one-way Spirit ticket. So I think it's really interesting. Would you first, we just talked about how the economy is rough. I would be rubbing my couple pennies together to even fund this. But would you be interested in a people's funded airline that has private equity of actual people who get on airlines day in and day out? I'm just curious. You travel a lot.
Yes, I do. I like the idea of a people's airline, and I like
Oh,
the
here you
idea.
go.
I like the example that they gave about how the Green Bay Packers is like the only community owned NFL team in the league,
Mhm.
and that
Mhm.
is also working for them as well. And so I guess that's a thing that can work. I think that also airlines are also very specialized. Like you gotta know what you're doing before you run an airline, right? It's not fun and games. It's not a trucking company. You're taking people up in the air. I'm taking it from point A to point B. There are lots of FAA regulations and all these things. So, I don't know. I really don't know how this is gonna turn out. I'm gonna be watching it very intently. I like that people are being responsive. I think what I would have liked a little bit before we think about buying an airline or creating an airline, the employees that were affected by this thing, how that we give them the money because it's hard to get a job. As someone
Mhm.
who was looking for a job for close to a year, it is hard to get a job. And I think that it would have been helpful if we crowdfunded to like a spirit relief program, right? And
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
that 300 and something $1 million that has been raised, maybe X amount of spirit employees have to proof of work, come with proof that you work that spirit, and then you get access to that pot and you get maybe X
Yeah.
amount of money
Yeah.
before we think about buying the airline. And
Mhm.
so that would have been a little bit more helpful for the folks that are in the right now. Because when you get laid off like that, I don't think you get a severance. I don't think you get pensions. I assume you're just gone, right?
Mhm.
And that is heartbreaking. That is terrible. You got bills
Yeah.
to pay. You got rent to meet. Uh,
Yeah.
and I think that there's this idea that we have that people are you can say everybody's saving money. I saved for this. I have 6 months rent already saved up. But the way the economy is, you are lucky to have 2 months rent saved up, right? People are in debt. People have a lot of things to go on, and people deserve to live a life. I'm not here to pocket watch anybody, right? And
Mhm.
so I say all of that to say that the employees have huge responsibilities that this layoff is going to affect. I would rather us just give them some money for relief, and then
Mm.
figure out how to get Spirit up and running, or invest in Frontier or something, or another budget airline or Sun Country. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
Yeah.
I get the idea behind it. But I think that there are more immediate issues that we can tackle if we want to be a community around um the people who are actually directly affected and impacted by this closure.
No, that's real. I have all the things you said I agree with, and I have so many thoughts. Personally, when I'm not really interested in putting money towards this because I feel like us as people outside of corporations, it's really ambiguous to start something to this magnitude. Doesn't mean that we shouldn't do it because I think that's demystifying the work that, is possible is part of the work. But it just, it does. I think that's a beautiful point of how this money could be going to, spirit workers. And I'm pretty sure spirit workers have to file a lawsuit to get their relief funds from Spirit. I think they, their pensions and all of that. I saw one Spirit worker online say that because they were kind of in limbo of how the company shut down, they haven't been able to claim hardship on like their retirement accounts necessarily. So they kind of have to like, there's a lot of paperwork and a lot of tape to move through for them to even get, the slightest amount of relief from the company that just dropped them. So I definitely think that makes sense of like, why are we investing in the next thing when people are clearly struggling because the thing that just existed shut down. And in my lifetime, I haven't seen an airline. Well, actually, I think I was probably a little younger because I remember Continental Air. My mama loved Continental Air. I feel like back then it was really cute, a little affordable. Um, I think I might have went on that once, like for my mama to get to Louisiana because she didn't feel like driving that 18 hours from Virginia. But I haven't seen an airline really like fall in my lifetime. So it's kind of, this should be alarming to people. This should be very alarming and show that like big business actually does not give a fuck. And they will shut down today, tomorrow, yesterday, and then be like, sorry, babes,
Sorry,
thanks for
babe.
your service. Really
Yeah.
giving thank you for your services. Very Shawnee O'Neal, you know? So I was about to say shout out to her, but I don't. She's a pastor's wife right now, so she may not even. She probably does not care or even have a slightest clue or idea about us. So, but I digress.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I
I'm
think
gonna keep
that
my eye on it.
Yeah, and I was on the website and they had like resources for Spirit employees. And when you click on that, it takes you to like I think the union page, and it's like, oh, these are career fairs you can go to. Here's the career fairs you can go to. Here's how to track your unemployment. Y'all have $300 and something million in like in a pot right now. You
Yes,
have that. You have that in a pot right now. Why don't we disperse that to the people who are currently unemployed, who are gonna be take them 2 3 months to get that unemployment, who's gonna take them 6 7 8 months to find a job? And I'm not trying to exaggerate. Jobs are hard to find. If you have a job, keep your job. If you have a job, keep your job.
not if you no for real. No matter how
I'm not
bad it
even
pays.
Yes. No matter how bad the pay is, no matter how uncomfortable well, let me not say that. But I think my ultimate point is that it's not great outside. It's people are struggling. It's hard in these streets. And so I jobs are hard to find. In the era
Mm-hmm.
where jobs are hard to find, give from the pot to the people who need
Yes.
it the most. That's all I'm
Yes.
saying.
Jobs are hard to find, and like livable wages are hard to find. If I see another job description for a manager, a director that's like $70,000, and granted, I know that's a lot of money. I know, but in the scheme of cost of living right now, like I've had this conversation with a couple of my homies. If you're not making six figures, and even a low six figures, is people are finding it very difficult to survive on that because the
Yeah.
cost of gas, the cost of housing, the cost of food, if you have a child, oh child, thank God I got this dog, and the dog sitting costs a lot when I be going on these trips. I can't the dog sitting be ready to break me. But I can't imagine if I had an actual human child. I have some friends who they pay bank for daycare, and it's always been like that. But now of all times, it's like, who child? We need to be talking about how we can spread the pot around and not just create the things that feel missing. So I'm gonna keep my eye on this. But you made some good points, Harry, and I appreciate that. So now it's time to get into the mess.
The
The
mess.
mess.
I
The
love I love a good mess.
mess.
I love a good
I
mess.
love the mess. And I love reality TV trash. So let's
Yay!
talk. Yay.
Okay.
So Love Island is coming back early June.
Okay.
I love Love Island. I'm a diehard Love Island fan. Before, you know,
Became
the
mainstream.
yes, no, for real. I in 2020, I was deep in Love Island.
Yeah.
Then I got put on to Love Island UK. Oh, I love
Mhm.
the Brits. Like I have all
Mhm.
the lingo. I love it down. So I'm excited, but it also
What's
has
the deal
become
with
such like
sorry to cut you. I'm not really a Love Island girly, but I know the things with the people. In UK there was Dami and some chick. Um
India.
India, okay, okay, you see. So what's the tea? Because I saw them on TikTok a lot together, and I thought they were cute. I think Dami is Nigerian. So I thought they were like cute together. And all of a sudden, I heard Dami was crying. I don't know, allegedly, I don't know. But what happened? What happened
Yeah.
with Dami and India?
I think they had like a really tough breakup. I think there was some cheating involved, and then she kind of got aired out online for apparently cheating, but then come to find out she wasn't cheating and they were broken up. She was on another show, some sort of like reality game, like reality star game show on Netflix. I forget what it's called. And I think that person that she was like caught having a little rendezvous with was also on the show. I think his name was Marlon. Y'all probably don't give a fuck, but um,
Dude, I want to know the tea. Please give
but all I just
me.
say, he tried to out her as if she cheated. She didn't cheat. So that's kind of bubbled, like died down a bit, which is good. The Love Island, and they're like a old season for
Okay.
real at this point. But Love Island UK as a whole is really just they have Love Island UK, Australia. They have a lot of them now. They even have a Malta, and I'm like, who is in Malta finding love? But that's not my business. Um, but I am living for the stars that are coming out of the show. Like India, she is a star in her own right across the pond, but love some Olandria. I love Serena, Serena Page. Love Leah
I, th-
Kateb.
I think Olandra is very beautiful. I like is her name Justine? I think she's like Kenyan
Yes,
American. Are you seeing her on
yes,
Instagram? Yeah, I think I followed her, but I saw her on Perfect Match or something.
yes.
And I followed her, and then I see her video. She be dancing. She's very
She loves to
beautiful.
dance.
She loves to dance, and so I followed her. Yeah, okay, cool. Maybe I will tap in so that I can be in the know, and maybe we can banter about it a little bit.
Yes, I think you should tap in just to see. I don't know what this new season is giving. Also, Ariana Madix is the host, and she, it became part of her little, set of gigs after Scandival, and then Sierra actually is now going to be the host of the after show. Sierra from Summer House, so they love to like take on the
The girl scorned.
Yes, they do. They
Mm,
do. The girls scorn, they really do. So it should be cute. It should be interesting. I want to warn you, like ahead of time, the Love Island fandom is intense, and they will dox people. They will fight people in the name of these random people that they do not know. So it has been rough. Like I'm scared to even say Hood's name because her battalion is thick and swift, but you know that was a whole controversy. It'd be intense. And then isn't it it's like Back to the Island or something, or After the Island. They have a show post the season,
mm-mm.
so they have a couple of those.
Back to the
But
villa.
Back to the Villa.
Yeah.
Yes, Back to the Villa. And that was okay. That also started a whole bunch of drama because girls apparently being bullies and shit. But, the girls are going to do what the girls are going to do. So it's like, I definitely want you to keep it in your orbit. I will be reminding you. There are episodes every day besides Wednesday. So it is intense. Like, you have to keep up.
And but like that's the thing. There's so much going on, so much going on, so much to watch. I am behind on a bunch of shows that I like. Um, and so
What you
yeah,
like?
like I'm watching Imperfect Women with Kerry Washington and Elizabeth Moss and Kate Mara on Apple TV,
I did
and
not
they
know that.
finished. It's a really good show, but because I'm caught up, and I feel like I have to. At least I try to watch my Housewives. I like to have my Housewives
Yes.
watch my
Yes.
Housewives, but there's so much Perfect Match has started. I haven't started. I haven't gotten into that. There are a bunch of shows I'm watching. I'm watching The Boys. I love The Boys. So I try to
Me
catch
too.
up on that as well. But it's just so much. It's so much stuff, and then there's
There
life.
is.
And then I gotta go out and be a friend and be with people, and then I gotta date, and then I gotta eat, and then I gotta edit. I gotta work on podcasts, and then I gotta have a
Yeah.
job. It's
No, true.
crazy.
True. A lot of
But I'm
times
gonna
I'm
watch.
just like, yes, I love reality TV trash, and that's the way that I like disassociate from the world, just because like it's hard to not exist in all the things that are moving around and like doing social justice related work. I just be
Yeah,
tired, and I just be, and honestly, I'm not
yeah.
even gonna hold you. I like the trash that even the girlies love to judge about. I'm definitely watching Zeus. I'm definitely watching Now This TV, but I hate to say that, but I'm gonna
Why
support
though?
these.
You like what you like.
I do like what I like, but I also people. I understand the perceptions of Black people deeply, and also it's important that we watch the content. I feel like it's important that we watch the content that is deeply impacting youth and deeply impacting a certain set of Black people, so we can know what we're up against, and also just to stay tapped in.
It's for
So I'm
research.
definitely for, it is for research. It is for research. Thank you. It is for research, and also my pleasure, because yeah, I love watching a good fight, and that's a whole other aside. But yeah, that's just the bad girls club in me. I'm like, if you
Okay.
came up in an era of reality TV during like Bad Girls Club, I feel like you have an affinity for some of that. So I understand it's not everybody's cup of tea. It's not always my cup of tea, but it's like it's trash TV that I'll be needing to disassociate from the world. But
Yeah.
I digress.
I love reality
Okay,
TV too. I watch Chasing Atlanta, which is, it could be a little spicy sometimes. It's on YouTube. So I watch that.
is
Um
it a gay
It's
show?
gay. It's gay. Yeah, it's a gay
Okay,
show.
okay,
Yes, I watched that.
love that.
Now that CV, I feel like now that CV and Zeus, I would get like I saw a couple episodes of Bad Boys Club. I love Remy Per. It was a couple episodes of that. Even though they were just fighting for no reason, like
That's really what they be
the
doing.
girlies just be fighting. But I think that my challenge is the streaming numbers, like I said, like we said a couple of minutes ago, economy is not economy, and so it's like I have to pay for Now That's TV and Zeus and Peacock and Netflix, and I started YouTube Premium, and I must say, once you go YouTube Premium, you can't go back. You
Don't come
cannot,
back because that it's too expensive. Come
you
back.
can, you cannot go back. Those watching YouTube videos without ads, without the stressors of trying to get me to buy another product. You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
care.
Without hearing liberty, 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 liberty.
They do love that commercial on YouTube, but I don't care. I'm not paying for another thing. Run the ad, babes, and I'm gonna mute the
So,
TV. I'm
so
gonna walk
yeah.
away until my video come on.
So I'm gonna cancel. I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna just cancel. I'm gonna cancel something. I'm gonna cancel stars because I got stars because I thought P Valley was coming. So I got me some stars because that's my show. I love
We
P
don't even.
Valley.
I love P Valley, but we don't know her anymore. Apparently, she's coming out this summer. It's the summer,
Summer.
babes. That's what it said. They said they're coming out this summer, and I always end up seeing like the cast around Atlanta. It's so funny because they shoot here. I think they shoot here,
Okay.
and I think a couple other places, but they keep claiming that it's coming out this summer. I'll believe it when I see it, and I won't. I will get stars when it's running. But you're better than me. I'm shocked you still have stars. You had stars this whole time waiting on P Valley.
But also,
Child.
I also pay annually, so it's cheaper. I don't have to think about it.
Mm.
And
Okay.
so I think that's what happened. But I need to be sure that it
Mm-hmm.
hasn't renewed because that's the shit. You just renew the shit and you don't even know. They renew it
For real.
and then your email goes to promotions. You don't even know that they renewed you.
You don't even know. That's how my class pass be. My class pass be like, you have renewed for another month. And I'd be like, fuck. Like, I'm trying to.
Yeah,
So I definitely understand that. I definitely get it.
I
Yeah, I
do.
need to scale back on some subscriptions, but it's so hard because at this point, having all these little subscriptions leads to like a cable bill. That's like our cable bill of our time, honestly.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I'm just gonna, excuse me,
Everything is subscription based now. Like if
everything.
you have to get a subscription for your phone to get iCloud. You gotta get a subscription to get from like everything is subscription based. And I'm like, I don't want to subscribe for anything. I
Yep.
don't want to subscribe for anything. I was talking to a friend, and I was like, oh, I'm looking for ways that, I can monetize, my business so that I'm making money, not just based on events, but I'm making money like constantly. And it's like, maybe you can start a subscription for your members. And then like people, I'm like, no. Oh, why are we subscribing?
Hear that, but like people I was actually having this conversation with a friend of mine yesterday because we have a femme collective called Femme Fatale um in Atlanta, and we essentially are trying to build different like groups of belonging and ways that folks can build with each other without a party scene, of course, but sometimes we do party. um and she was like, yeah, I feel like people don't necessarily feel invested or tied to something if they don't have a membership. And I'm like, true. But in this economic time, it's like, it's hard to ask people to become a member. It's hard to ask people to like commit their money in such hardship, because it's like, everyone wants a couple of $5 a month or $7. Everyone wants that. These, websites, if you need Adobe's like, give me $13 a month, babes. If you need, it's actually getting absurd. And
Yeah.
we, in this digital age, it's really hard to not have your money just taken out your pockets by
Yeah.
whatever services. And then you have Netflix using VPNs essentially on people, so they so they can't have share the same account. But babes, I'm
Yeah.
changing that household every time. I'm changing the household every time, and I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck.
I feel like back in the day, you could be on the free plan and it's not so bad. Like it wasn't so bad, right?
The free
Now,
plan is
the
bad.
free plan doesn't have anything for you. There is nothing on the free plan. They want you to subscribe and pay for every single thing. Like,
Everything.
oh, I'm done.
No, for real, for real. I feel like we're definitely getting far, but you know, reality television. Speaking of reality television, Summer House. I'm not watching Summer House because I have a limit on like white centered or white people content. So if there's too many white people on the cast, I might not watch. And Summer House has
Yeah.
been one of those. And of course, like Sierra has been the star of Summer House for quite some time, and with the whole controversy of Sierra, Amanda, West, I haven't been watching it, but I'm tuning in for this reunion. I'm
Me
tuning in.
too.
Like, drag Amanda, drag West. And my thing is, and this is how I feel about the queer community too, like in Atlanta, a large, my whole thought is find somebody else to hump. It's not that fucking hard. Find somebody else to fuck. Why it has to be 1 degree over? Just it's so easy. All the people in the world, babes, and you choose your quote unquote best friend's ex-boyfriend that she on this current season is still having lingering feelings with, and he's still dragging it as well. And you are in a marriage. They're separated. So you
Yeah.
have a lot of gall. You have a lot of gall, white woman, to go after your girl who literally she experienced you, because I've seen a lot of clips. I love a clip. Threads got clips for me. TikTok got clips for me. If I see too many clips, I'm not watching the episode of any show. Okay. You let her comfort you through your abusive ass relationship, and then you turn around and get underneath her ex-boyfriend. You're sick. You're sick, and
Yeah.
you're not. And I don't think a girl's girl is a compliment, but you just aren't a friend. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of the girl's girl commentary, but you're just not a friend at
Yeah.
all. You're an enemy.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. I am curious because I want to take you back, right? You said this is what happens in the queer community in Atlanta. So, Bia, are you saying that in Atlanta, the queers be sleeping with people's best friends, partners? Is that like a normal thing that happens over there in where you reside?
You're so messy.
I'm
Um,
curious, so
I think I would say that overlap, the cheating does happen from time to time, but I have experienced people breaking up, and then they like end up dating a little too close to that friend group or in the friend group, and it's like, verbs, you could have picked someone else. All these gays out here, you could throw a rock and hit a dyke. Why couldn't you find somebody else? Like, that's the thing. Like, there's so many people in the world. You couldn't find anyone else to hump. You have to date your friend's acquaintance, your ex's acquaintance. That doesn't make sense to me. So it's like, yes, but that's just me. People have different moral standards and codes. I personally feel like you can't date a little too, and it should be weird for both people. Like,
Yeah.
the ex of whoever shouldn't be like, yeah, let's try it. No, you are literally, that's so weird to me. But yes, I see it a lot. It's not just Atlanta, it's Minneapolis, it's everywhere. People just think their love is so
How did
important that,
Minneapolis
like,
get into the conversation? I'm just
because
like,
y'all gay too. Y'all gay too. So y'all gay too. So I don't really, I don't want to hear it.
you
Like, and then
said
it gets a bad rep.
you said the queer community in Atlanta is known for this. You said
I said
that
it was known for
they,
this.
in not many words, you said the Atlanta gays be hooking up with people's friends. That's what you said. So
That's because that's where I live. But I know for a fact that y'all gays, California, Texas, New York, Minneapolis, Detroit, all y'all hunch on each other's people. It's definitely not particular to Atlanta, but yeah, they be hunching on each other's people. And I have a different opinion about it, and some people feel more comfortable with it. But my thing is, your love is not that important. Is this the love of your life? Probably not. Is it worth it? And that's how I feel about Sierra, Amanda, and Wes. Amanda, you snatched up your best friend's ex-boyfriend, like recent ex-boyfriend. Y'all are
you know,
not in love.
according to the what's the word? According to the language that was used, they were not officially dating. They were a situationship that extended a little bit, more than normal, but she went over and met his family and all that good stuff. But they were not official. They were just a
Harry,
situationship.
that's
Yes.
that's that's a crock of shit. You betrayed your best friend for a situationship. You betrayed your best friend to not even be claimed.
No, 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 no,
That's even
no.
more insane.
No, Sierra was the one in the situationship, right? Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So
but
they, so,
still, Sierra got dibs. Like, she had dibs.
yes, yes. I get what you're
They
saying,
were
but
boyfriend and girlfriend.
they were moving like that. They were moving like that for sure. But like, yeah, I think that not to just stray away from, I'm not to be messy, but I think that because of the queer community is always small. I think we are how many percent of the population, right? So the it's a small percentage. I think there will be overlap, and sometimes these overlaps are not intentional. I don't think they're always intentional. I don't think sometimes people go out of their way. In queer spaces, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm going to go and hook up with someone should go and hook up with their friend's best friend or their best friend's partner. No, but I'm saying that you could have you could find out that okay, you and your friend have an overlap with someone that you probably did not know that your friend was hooking up with at some point. You know what I'm saying? So overlaps happen in queer spaces, sometimes. I'm not trying to defend, please.
No,
I'm
I
just
hear
trying to
you,
explain.
but I'm not about to eat you up because I'm like, why do you have that opinion, Harry? And that's because the gays do it different. The gays do it different. Y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all actually don't give a fuck.
I
And I
give a
do think
fuck
y'all should
though.
give more of a fuck.
I give a fuck
That's
though.
true.
I will not go ahead and hook up with my friends. Anybody that my friend has hooked up with
Yeah.
or dated, I would try to keep that away. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I try to
Not
be
you.
better.
Them. Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I just I we'll see how the reunion turns out. Um over the 3-part series. Andy is so and Andy is so shady. Andy was like, "So are y'all in love?" Great question, Andy. Are y'all in love? Is it worth it? And that's the thing. People don't be thinking about if something is worth it or not. And I think that's the thing. Is like
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll see. I'm intrigued. I may not watch the full 3 parts because I feel like part 3 we probably get the most of it in part 2, most of the mess, and then part 3 will be a little bit of the lingering, and then some like weird questions from like Susie in Idaho or some shit. It's gonna be something weird. It's gonna be something weird at the third because they're gonna show some behind the
Susie,
scenes clips, some
Susie,
bloopers.
Susie in
Yeah,
Idaho
Susie
is
from Idaho.
wild.
I
Why she
love when
catching a
it,
stray? Susie's a nice lady who's living in Idaho, and she's catching a stray.
but Susie is a nice lady that lives in Idaho, but why she asked that messy ass question? They love to be like, Susie from Idaho asked Amanda, why are you such a slut? It'd be like, what? Like, Susie, damn, Susie, you got it. It's hate in your heart. Like, these questions be so charged, and Andy just be asking it with a straight face. Andy, why'd you just ask that person if, like, what's going on with their vagina from Susie? Like,
Susie
why?
from Idaho is crazy, but I hear
No,
you.
but
I hear
that's
you.
how it be. It's like, did production make this up? Because it's kind of far
Yeah,
fetched. Ooh,
yeah,
child. Well, based off another Bravo, what is it? Staple, Real
yeah.
Housewives of Atlanta. How are you feeling about this cast?
I love this cast. No notes.
Really?
I love the cast. I think that 8 peach holders is a lot of peach holders, so maybe one more person can be a friend of. I think Phaedra should be a friend of. Phaedra and Cynthia can be friends off, and the cast can stay as is. I don't think anybody should live. I think they found a dynamic that works, that brings the drama. I know that there's a divide in the group clearly. But it's Housewives. There's always been a divide. I feel like I don't
Yeah,
remember there not being a divide in the group. You know what I'm saying? And
absolutely.
so yeah, I think that I'm still down for it. I think that I like the cast. I think they're really cool. They're really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, just make Phaedra a friend of, and then we're good. Phaedra and
You're
Cynthia
so
can be friends of,
diplomatic.
or better still, make Cynthia. Well, Cynthia doesn't want to be a housewife anymore. She likes a friend of role. So maybe Phaedra and Cynthia friends off, and then keep the cast as is.
Hmm. Really? Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I've been liking Phaedra this season as an actual housewife. I personally
Why?
think her I think her return should be studied. She's a good time. She's a good time. I like that she doesn't take herself too seriously because when she
That
first started on Real Housewives, she took herself too seriously, but not seriously enough because she didn't know how long she was pregnant for. Apollo needed to get away from her with that stuff, all the things. But I think she's really playful. I love the energy that she brings to the show, and she's pretty open. I love how she's like open around like her kids in this like transition of like high school, college. We've seen them grow up on TV. It's really wild to see them grow up on TV. And her dating life is a little messy, so it kind of gives a it. I think her and Portia paired together and how they're maneuvering is kind of cute. I love the return of freaking Frack.
they
I
can
do.
be a freaking friend can exist within a friend of and housewife dynamic. Portia can be the housewife, she can be the friend of. Phaedra doesn't have any personal story though.
She
Not a single.
does.
What is her personal story?
She's about to be an empty nester. She is a what
I
is
don't.
it? Well,
Where
I was about to say she's a funeral
she's not
director.
about to be an
No,
empty nester.
she
Her kid, her
is.
kid is like 15 or 14.
No, they're close to like graduating, or one has graduated. You know what? You know what? You want to talk about Phaedra when Kelly is right there. Off with her. Get Kelly
Kelly
off the screen.
Kelly is giving story, right? Her baby daddy has given her issues. Her restaurant is about to get shut down. Her
But it's not. It's not. Why would you say that?
she's she's about to file bankruptcy. Allegedly, she was hooking up with someone who was married, allegedly, according to Portia, and they are having that back and forth. She is
Mm-hmm.
activating Portia, causing a lot of drama. She is
Mm-hmm.
Kelly is needed. Kelly
No,
is needed. Phaedra just does
Kelly. No
mm,
shade. No shade to
mm.
Kelly. No shade to Kelly. But she is kind of a poser. I think she's living above her means.
But it's
In a recent
fine.
confessional, she wore a white t-shirt in that bitch.
That is
And
fine.
no, it's not. It's not fine.
That
It's
is fine. That is
she's giving me no,
that is
no,
making for a good
no,
housewife though. That
no.
is making for a good show.
She's giving Mia Thornton energy. And I am unsure how I feel about her because her reads just be a little too they don't give reads. It just gives her yelling and like giving some insults in here and there. So it's like I wouldn't mind if she's a friend of. I think she has more of the capacity to be a friend of. She's going through a lot. I feel like she should focus on her restaurants, focus on the husband that she fucking she needs to focus on that. Personally, that's how I feel.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, you're right, allegedly, Kelly. But I personally feel like she don't need to be there. Shamia, I feel like Shamia's going out sad this season. Shamia's going out sad.
No, I don't think
I think
so. I
I
don't
feel like
think so.
she's riding the tension that she has with these girls, the little bit of tension, the little bit of drama. She's riding it out a little bit too much. And she's like, why does everyone keep talking about Portia? Why does everyone keep talking about Portia? Because you haven't talked about it and y'all are just sitting there in each other's faces like y'all are cool. But I just Shamia, I'm on the fence. I was really happy that she became a housewife. It was well deserved after being a friend of for so long or being like a guest. But at the same time, she's kind of going out a little sadder than I hoped. I think the dynamics will not work out in her favor by the end of the season. She's going super hard on Drew, and it's like there's nothing there, babes. And even Drew wants to end it. Even Drew's like, why can't she just talk to me?
But she's trying to end it with Drew, but Drew doesn't want to apologize for her role in the dynamic.
That's true.
And I think that say what you want about Shania, she could be cringy, allegedly. She could be all the things. I feel like she just shared something intimate with the wrong people. We all talk about our friends in a way that if you have a friend that does something to you, you're gonna go to another friend that, but like, I hate what this person did. They really pissed me off. Blah 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 blah. And I think
True.
that the onus is on you to take that information with
Mm,
the emotional intelligence to know that, okay, fine, my friend is upset about this other friend, right? I don't want to
mm-hmm.
douse tensions, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna let them work it out. I'm gonna let them sort it out. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to deal with
Yeah.
it, but in a way that was not gonna dissolve their friendship. I don't think that Shamia was given that grace to do that, which is why she's upset and rightfully so. Now,
Mm.
all the things that happen afterwards, or the things that happen before with the alliance, or the things, or where she goes on her apology on her YouTube channel, or where she does this in the thing, or where she shakes her ass in the boardroom. That
I
is
like that.
cringe.
I
that is
like
a
that.
little, that is a little cringe, and that's what it is. But I think that she has every reason to be weary about, like, y'all are the reasons why we had, yes, there was an issue here with me and this person, but all you could have done was let me
Mm,
handle it. I was fixing it. It wasn't your business to butt in and try and
mm,
fix. And I think that is where I'm with her.
mm,
And the idea that everything that goes wrong, okay, now we're gonna blame it on you, does not make any sense at all. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I'm like, okay, fine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Did she make some
but
choices?
she is pot stirring. She
What
is
part did
pot
she
stirring
share?
though. I feel like the whole K Michelle Portia dynamic, she is posturing a little bit,
Oh, she didn't do
and
anything
we.
though. Kami Shaw said she wasn't the one that told her. You don't believe Kami Shaw when she
That's
says
true.
that?
No. I believe it, but I think, and also I did like how K Michelle was like, you saying all this stuff on the side about Drew, but K Michelle, no shade. I actually have been a fan of K Michelle on reality, but she has never gotten it right with women in reality television, and for a bunch of reasons, but I do I do think K Michelle should be talking to people's faces and not Twitter. You know, cuz lately I've just been like, "Girl, this is why you're on the show." And I think that's been some of her critique recently. People are like, "You have so much to say in these confessionals. You have so much to say on Twitter, but when you in front of these women, I think she just doesn't want to give it a moment, and I understand. I think she doesn't want to do the rah rah shit that people used to from Love and Hip Hop because I think she doesn't want to be put in that category again.
Yeah.
So I feel like she is censoring herself a little bit so
Yeah,
that
for
she's not
sure.
seen as, because all the commentary about, oh, love from Giselle and Robin, the Green Eye Bandits, them talking about, oh, it's giving real Love and Hip Hop. This ain't the network for it. And I think she's trying to already not deal with that perception, but it's limiting her in so many different ways and how she's engaging with these women. Of course, these women are shady. You should not trust them, of course, but you're here to do a job. You signed up. Get into the pieces. Let's get into the pieces, babes.
Yeah.
Talk. Don't
Yeah.
no fingers. Talk.
I think that I get it. Like I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with K Michelle, she just has to be comfortable and she has to find her rhythm and a dynamic with them. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
if you have the history that she has, or
Yeah.
someone with a history of reality TV is gonna walk with caution. Because also, you're also on Bravo. You're not on VH1 anymore. You're not on, no offense, the other platforms, right? You are on Bravo, which is for no. I'm not trying to be. I'm not even trying to be anything, right? Bravo
Mm-hmm.
is, when it comes to reality TV, they are like the standard. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
aspires to be on Bravo because that's what you've made it. Because it's a whole, when you are on Bravo, you're a Bravo celebrity. You're a Bravo celebrity. You have all the things. It's like a whole world opens for you when you're on Bravo. And now that she has had her in after so many years of wanting to be on Bravo, she's gonna try really hard not to mess it up. And so she's gonna try really hard not to pop off and go off on anybody, not to pour a drink, not to flip a table, right? Not to do the things that people were already assuming she will do when they already was announced that she was going to come on the show, right? Because for some reason, if you have love and hip hop in your background, you're going to declass the show. And I think that because she's moving,
Anti-black.
you could say that, but that is the truth, perpetuated by a bunch of black people, right? And so it's like, okay, now that I have that in the back of my mind, I'm gonna have to be mindful. Also, I have had a good experience with reality TV, and I have seen how this girl can smile at this girl's face and say something that is so damning in the same breath, right? You
It's
know
like she
what I'm
got a because Kelly, her reads be a little much, but when she said that Portia had a Philly cheesesteak hot pocket or something along those lines, that took me. She said, I would never scissor you. Like, I was like, girl, and I don't, and it doesn't give that. But also, people will try Portia because they know that she might entertain it, on the little lady pond of things. But
Yeah.
yeah, I hear you. I do. And I am on the fence about this cast. Kelly, K Michelle, I'm on the fence about it. Drew even. Drew,
Pinky
that's someone
Cole.
who I think is oh, we haven't talked about Pinky. I typically am not a fan of alleged wage stealers. As someone who lives in Atlanta, Slutty Vegan has taken a bit of a turn in the discourse. Like, I did like the burgers. I did, not enough. I did also feel like I had too much soy back in that era anyway. But I Pinky Cole is interesting. I'm not gonna I hate to call a black woman aggressive, but she be coming out to play a little too hard. She be having something to prove. Like, she popped it at Angela. And I said, not my Angela, but she will serve a place. I think she is like the floater between the two groups in some way, like the group of Phaedra, Portia. It's kind of crazy. Drew and Angela. Who would have thought that would have been a group? And then Kelly, Shamia, K. Michelle. It seems like they're forming into like a little group as well. So I don't know. I'm on the fence about Pinky, but I also think this is part of an image cleanup, in my opinion. We're
Mm-mm.
humanizing her a little bit, you know.
That is interesting. I never thought about it that way. But I did hear the critiques about, her allegedly with the thing, where Angela said I could
Mm-hmm.
throw a rock.
And hit somebody you owe,
Oh
child.
my god. I'm just like,
Whew.
yo. And I think it proves my point that they Google each other before they come on the show. They Google each
Absolutely.
other, they research, they do their
Yes.
research, whether they do it on Google or Chat GPT or whatever they do it on, they go and check and be like, and then they come up with their rehearsed reads. Because I feel like some
Not
reads they've been
ChatGPT.
waiting. That's what they do. And then they have
They
their reads.
do. That reminds me of Beverly
Reading.
Hills.
Oh, what happened to Beverly
I
Hills?
love Beverly. Well, they got mad because someone was like, "Yeah, I looked you up on ChatGPT," or like, "I looked you up on Google," and it's like that's what everyone does. But Beverly Hills will always be, it's a show, but I'm like, it'll always sell platinum in this house. I'm always watching it.
There's the critique that
But
it was boring. I think Sarah Michelle Gellar said it was boring, and Andy Cohen was not having it
but
at all.
who is she? Buffy? Buffy, who are you to tell us that it's boring, Buffy? Get to acting. Is there a Scary Movie 5 or whatever the fuck is Ghost 2? I don't know. Buffy, why are you giving reality TV critiques? Get on the
Buffy?
studio lot. What? It can be a little boring. It can be, I get it. But I also live for some of the housewives, and that's why I've been enjoying it. Not the tongue pop, child. it has been entertaining to me because I have been fond of Beverly Hills over the past couple of years. But I'm like, everyone looks everyone up. Build a bridge. You went on a show. Everyone knows who people are gathering their reads, writing out keep notating some things. Some folks are better than others at reads, of course, but
Yeah.
I keep Angela talking about them incestuous teeth you got. That was so Angela, the MVP. She gives I'm glad that she actually ended up being on the show because she gives the same energy in different ways that Stacey
Yeah.
on Potomac gives
So
me
much.
of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
stand out. She cannot be phased. She cannot be
Yeah.
rattled. And
Yes.
she's gonna give you a good read.
Yes.
And that's what I really love. And I think
Yeah.
she should be here for as long as she should be here, as long as Cynthia was. Stay. That's just
I
me.
love Cynthia though. That's my girl. I've always loved Cynthia.
That's my
Unpopular
girl.
opinion. People are like, "Oh, she's boring." I was like, "Not to me, she wasn't. Not to me, she
She
wasn't."
stands.
When
Not to me.
I was like, "What's Kenya's dog? Where the dog died?" And she was like,
Cynthia is a friend to the end. Literally.
"I love Cynthia,"
Literally.
and she's
I
friends with
love
everybody.
Cynthia. She's friends
Yeah.
with she's friends with everybody, and she be standing on her own, and I really appreciate, like, with the Dallas trip. Oh, she said, "Why are we still talking about the rooms?" Like, she said, "Are y'all trying to ruin my trip at this point?" Like that. She just be getting to it, and it's just at the nature of her being on the show for so long. Like, she
Yeah.
knows, and people respect her role. People do,
Yeah.
and I love
Yeah.
that. I really do. And we could
Yeah.
talk about this all day.
All day long.
All day long.
Yeah.
And so for our last little topic, this is a
Yeah.
little segment that I created, and Harry has how do I say, Harry has gone along with it. So yeah, shout out to Harry for letting me do what I want to do. So this segment is called "Don't Talk to Me Unless It's About dot dot dot," and this is for all the random, kooky, weird shit that you're obsessing about. And I
Okay.
can go first because
Yeah.
I have a little list, and I probably will riff a little bit. Don't talk
Okay.
to me unless it's about chicken Caesar salad wraps,
Okay.
dogs doing gymnastics,
Okay.
Kaylani, Alex Isley, Lacan. I love Lacan right now.
Okay.
R&B got my heart.
Okay.
Bounce R&B bounce music. Like right now, I'm and you know what gets me? If I ever am feeling low, I can listen to bounce music, but specifically Anita Baker bounce music. I want to hear "Caught Up in the Rapture" while your boy shake, 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 your boy. Like, I want to hear that. I do. Because guess what? I'm a young hoe. Remix the classics. Remix them. I want to hear it.
I'm sure there is a Bounce Classic Anita Baker caught up in a rapture. I'm sure.
Oh, I
sure
listened to it.
I'm sure.
Yes,
I'm sure.
there currently is. And also, it's getting warmer. Shout out to the real niggas that have a towel over their shoulder because it's so hot outside. Shout out to you. Harry's like, I don't know what you're talking about. But shout out to you. Shout out to the
You like a
to
stud.
the
Sorry. I'm sorry. That was random.
I'm talking about mass folks generally, cis men too. You know, throw that towel over your shoulder, babes. Get on that grill. Where are the men that want to work? Get on the grill. Get on the grill. Build something. Build my deck, babes. Like, shout out to that. Shout out to that. Don't talk to me unless it's about men that work. Men that shut up and work. That's what I want to talk about and what I want to hear. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
What?
Okay. That was a very expansive list. I didn't I could come with a list. Now that I know I could come with a full on list, I would bring a list. Right. But I was gonna say Kelani as well. Cause that album still has me in a chokehold. I wanna move on to something else. I wanna go listen to something else. But I'm still stuck on the album. I don't know
I
why.
am.
I don't know
I'm in my
why.
feelings. Yeah. I really hope she
Yeah.
cleans up this season. I really hope she cleans up. She gets her. I'm Are you going to the tour?
Yes, I am. I'll find the
Who
money.
you going
I will scrape
that
and break and beg and I will do the things.
but yeah, I might be at Kaylani. Are you going to Joe
Yeah.
Scott?
No, I'm not. I like the album though, but I'm not going.
I love the album. She told them
You
no
know how
phones
I
in her
feel
stadium.
about you know how I feel about concerts. I need a little bit more. I just did a little more, just a little more. Unless I'm going to a jazz club with like a mic and lights and then like tables
Mm,
and chairs and it's
mm,
intimate. I would do Jill Scott there. I would do Elmine there. I would do Lauryn Hill there. I'll do anyone there in that kind of setting. I'm not gonna do you in an
okay.
arena, right? I'm not gonna do you in an arena where you're not gonna give me pop lock break. What's that?
She gonna have people dancing around her. I feel like it.
I get it, but like I don't know. I would do her in an intimate setting. I wouldn't do her in the you know. I want you to
Let me see
pop, rock,
where.
and break and shake. I don't know what Disney show that is from. I like to pop, rock, and break and
Oh,
shake.
no, for real. Oh, she's at the Fox Theater. So that's not a terrible venue
And
in
that,
Atlanta.
and that could be intimate too. That could
It
be
can
intimate.
be.
That could be intimate. Yes, I would do
Yeah.
that. And I heard that y'all are not going with your phones. You're gonna lock your phones up. So
Whew, they gonna be snatching phones left and right. That's because Jill don't want no viral content of her on that mic. She don't want that. But I understand. Let's create actual moments and not be on the phone. So I totally get it.
yeah,
Okay. Well, friend, thank you so much for entertaining. Don't talk to me unless it's about.
yeah, I love
So
it.
I love it. And I know we're not going to do it often, but when I'm in control, we're going to do it.
You're always in control. You're
I know,
always
I
in
know, I know.
control.
I know. But okay, kin lessons. It's time for our
Mm.
kin lessons. What are you leaving with? What thoughts you want to leave the listeners with? As we leave this conversation, what's still, sitting on your spirit? All the things.
That is interesting. I think what I'm leaving with. Why are you laughing? I think
Yeah,
what
that
I'm
is interesting.
yeah, what I'm leaving with is do not fuck your friends, your friends' relationships, your friends fucking stage people, your friends. I met them at the club. I'll be hooked up really quickly. Your friends, one night stand. None of those people. Don't fuck them. Don't do it. That's what I'm leaving with.
I think, yeah, yeah. I'm similarly leaving with that of like, and I can translate this over to other spaces, but it's okay to like build your own path. It is. You don't need to do everything your friend is doing. You don't need to hunch the same stud that be hunching everybody else that your friend is hunching. You don't need to. And it's because I believe everyone has their own path. And when you try to like contrive or be like, oh, maybe this is the person. No, what's for you is for you, and what's gonna come to you will come to you. And that includes people. So find someone else to hunch. I think that's the title of the episode. Find someone else to hunch. Literally. because there,
I
I
was
promise
about
you, babes.
I was writing no Hunch.
You said what?
I was about to write no Hunch. The stud your friend is hunching. But as the title of the episode, but yes, find someone else to hunch.
It could be
Yes.
whatever, but make sure Hunch is in that title, babes. I just
Find someone else.
I just personally feel like find someone else to hunch. And our relationship, our friendships should be valued so much more than whatever quick moment rendezvous you have with someone because you possibly think they could be the love of your life. Let's be realistic, babes. Like, is Shotty from Mary's bar gonna be the love of your life? Maybe not. They're
Mary's
at that
bar is
bar.
a bar.
It's actually kind of gay now, but or even just MSR. If the love of your life, if you meet someone at MSR, it's 9 times out of 10 that's not the love of your life. Is your ruining your friendship with your good friend worth that? We have to actually like value our platonic relationships so much more than our romantic
Yeah.
ones
Yeah.
because those are what keeps us going. When I'm
Mm-hmm.
sliding down the wall, I'm hitting up my besties. I'm hitting up my people. And those are the people that are going to still be there, not the nigga that, writes their name on the bathroom wall. No, it is shade, but it's no shade to nobody. I'm firing shots and I'm firing shots in the air. Bow, bow, bow.
Mm-hmm.
That's my lesson. Is like value all relationships enough to move in your integrity. It's not that hard. It's not. It's not that hard. And whether that's finding someone else to hunch, whatever. It's not that hard. That's my lesson of this episode. It's not that hard and find someone else to hunch.
Find someone else to hunch. I mean, it had to have been that hard for you to hunch them. So
I'm trying to. It had to be that. Ooh, okay. It took me a second. You're nasty. Okay. It had to be hard for you to hunch them. It did, but not that. It couldn't have been that hard.
is that is
Let's
that
be
a,
honest.
is that the title of the episode? It had to be that hard for you to hunch.
I don't know. We got a lot of filler words, but it's just like, child, is
I
that plastic worth it?
answered.
Is it worth it? The plastic worth it? Is it?
Is the strap on plastic? I thought it was
For a
silicone.
lot of people. I'm just saying plastic is shorthand, but they variations of each other. Cause it's like you can put that on any dike. Like, is it?
Do
It's not that.
you?
It's not that deep.
I have a question. I have a curiosity. So you have the strap on, right? It could be plastic, it could be silicone, right?
Yes,
Okay. Do you own? Does the? I know. Do y'all use top bottoms? That you don't use that lingo, right?
I think we do. We have accepted it because there's clear division
You don't have to.
at this point.
You don't have to accept it. You don't have to accept what
No,
the
no,
patriarchy
that
is
is
giving you.
no. I'm saying like we've accepted it because it has been the best way to talk about it. I feel like there are tops, there are switches, there are bottoms,
Okay, cool.
similarly, and like
Okay, cool.
gay community. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So the top will wear the strap on, right? And then
Sometimes.
so do you keep the does the bottom keep the strap on, or does the top have their strap on,
Excuse
or
me? Did you just say do you and then say does the bottom? Babes, you tried
no.
the fuck out of me.
I said do you.
Yes.
I said do you in a
Okay.
generalized term, not in a you be.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
saying like,
Okay.
do you
Uh-huh.
as the person? You know what I'm saying? No. No.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's personal preference, honestly. I can speak for myself. This isn't my business. I can speak for myself where I like to keep the equipment because,
Okay.
I typically, am receiving. Um, but I like to keep the equipment. I like to buy my own shit. Um,
Mm,
and honestly, per situation, because the energy
yeah.
lingers on items. I'm very much a believer of equipment has energy from previous
Yeah.
situations, all the things. And
Yes.
you be doing a lot of hunching and it can the silicone can get bent out of shape now.
Yeah. Because I do like toys as well. But I'm like usually, a top in my situations. So
Not
I'm
the
using
promo.
so that's a promo. But like the folks that I've been with who are into that as well will come with their toys. so that I'm using their toys on them, as opposed to me having some set of toys that I'm using on the zeitgeist.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So it's like okay, you have your toys, you bring your toys, and then um we use that to do our own thing, basically.
Yeah. No, I
I
definitely
don't know.
resonate with that.
Is this gonna be safe
As
for YouTube? I feel like this conversation, if we get blocked on YouTube before we started, that would be crazy. But
I feel like we're talking in code.
okay,
We
cool.
haven't
Okay, cool.
said too much,
Okay,
but
okay.
I resonate with that. I'm glad you out yourself as a top. I will out myself as a bottom, a bratty bottom. Sometimes verse, sometimes don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Sometimes I like to do the
Dibble and
bending.
dabble.
Yeah, I do like to
Okay.
double and dabble, but it has to be accepted, and the girls don't like to be bent over these days. So it's an issue.
Yeah.
It's an issue in our community a little bit. It's a little controversial, but all that to say, I'm glad we had this little
Me
aside. We should talk about it.
too.
We
Me
should talk about
too.
sex a lot more. We really should.
Yes, yes.
That was
'Cause
for YouTube.
everybody's having sex, so hey.
And as the last episode, we know you should never stop fucking. Never. Never.
The words of the lesbian elders. Don't
Literally. In the
stop.
words of them, never stop fucking. Never. And I agree with them. As someone who is in my 30s now, that was some great advice. That was some amazing advice. And I'm still taking it. I'm still taking the advice. So
Sorry, my mind went somewhere else where you said I'm still taking it, but you know what?
I know,
I
I
think, I think,
know.
I think, at this
That's why I said
point,
advice.
at this point, we gotta go.
We do. We
We
do have
gotta
to go
go.
because we could riff all day. So
Yeah.
that is our second episode of Chosen Kin. Thank you so much for listening to us. You can listen to the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts and on YouTube. Anything else, Harry, before we hop?
Follow us on social media. Our Instagram is ChosenKinPod, and yeah, our personal Instagrams as well will be shared. And then yeah, subscribe. Follow us,
Subscribe.
do all the things. Yes.
And chat with us about how this episode landed. You like the
Yes. Let us know.
episode? Tell us.
Tell
You got
us.
opinions? Tell us.
Share. Send us an email.
Yes. Send us an email. I'm screaming. Well,
Okay.
until next time, y'all. You are listening to Chosen Kin.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.